What's it like being in Gothenburg?
It's cool. I had a lot more time to walk around last time we were here. This time we're traveling a lot, so I only had a little time to walk around the parks, look at some old buildings, church and stuff like that. So not a lot of time to be social, but it's very beautiful and people are very nice.
How do the band prepare themselves for a concert like this one here?
Show up. If we show up, it's all in. We were just talking backstage right now about we were interested in seeing how many shows we really have played in 10 years. And, our shows just aren't like the normal shows. They're like, I was telling someone earlier, it's like running through a landmine field, always on your guard and, ready to be blown up at any one moment. And that's kind of what our shows are. They're dangerous, and they are executed perfectly. So if you don't bring 100%, you can get hurt.
But you never feel that you're losing that special edge after so many years?
It's just a lot of time. I won't lie. I don't enjoy touring at all. Today is my 16th year anniversary with my wife. And, she just couldn't be over here right now. It's too crazy, and we have kids, and so it's like I still do my dream, which is rock and roll, but I'm still married, and it's frustrating, and it loses its flavor every day. But I'm still here. What are you gonna do? I'll know when it's time.
So when is it time quitting, do you think?
It'll be time when I really just can't do it anymore. When I just can't do it,
Like physically?
It could be physical. Some days like right now I'm not in the best shape, and it's like, you get yourself in holes like that, you got on an album cycle and you can get yourself in really good shape and prepared, but then, you could have just too much time off and, it's just, it's a crazy cycle to tour, so I don't know. I don't think it's anytime soon because we're actually almost done with this album cycle, so I'm pretty happy about that.
You wear masks to not draw attention from your music. Can you explain that?
Well, it's just simple, I'm just the kind of person that's going to be heard. I'm the kind of person that thinks he needs to be heard, but I'm also the same kind of person that gets embarrassed, very simple. And this kind of attention to oneself isn't really a way of life for me my whole life. I'm an only child. I'm kind of a recluse. I'm very private, very humble, very shy. So for me, it's like, this is exactly how I feel right now. So it's like, you can deal with this. This is the overall emotion of what's going on, but I can still hide. And
but you look quite happy now then.
Well, I probably am. But the real me can just do what I have to do behind this. I don't have to share that pain or that love with you. I can have that for myself. It's very important. And, the masks just really explain the feeling. And, they really just hide our faces, And it's a good thing because we get to, it's really part of our art, giving that much, sacrificing, something for you to understand and keeping it for ourselves. That goes hand in hand with making Slipknot music.
Do you think other artists worry too much about their looks?
God, there are so many bands that suck right now that depend on their look that just, you know who they are. No one needs to put up a front like you don't know. Even those bands know. They're fillers, it's like we're losing people like Michael Jackson, but we're gaining like dozens of shitty bands. They'll be here today and gone tomorrow, So it's difficult. I definitely think there's too much emphasis on oneself in this business. I think you can be unhealthy, to women, to men, to relationships, to all of it. When you give these kind of emphasis on ego, and personal looks, you know, it can really be damaging to what we are as human, and what we are is not perfect, you know, and I'm going to keep my real self to myself, you know.
Michael Jackson just passed away. It's difficult to speak about music today without mentioning it. What are your thoughts about that?
Well, what can you say, you know? I mean, he's a legend, and he'll be missed, and, you know, he's Michael fucking Jackson. I mean, what do you want, you know? But what a bizarre life he had, you know? Who can even imagine the way he grew up and what he lived? He owns half the rights to the Beatles songs. You know, I mean, he's bizarro world, so hopefully he wasn't in too much pain when he passed, you know. So, but, you know, he'll be missed, and his talent, you know, he's one of the last greats, you know, the real greats, so, you know, sucks.
Do you think he was an inspiration in any way?
Oh, yeah, of course, 100%. I want to say one of the first songs I learned how to play on my drum set was Beat It, you know, so it's like, good music is good music, you know, and he could sing, and not only that, but he could perform. So, you know, he was a great, great artist. And he was definitely an inspiration.
Where do you find the inspiration for your music?
You know, it's always, I just have that human pain, you know, just that, no different than anybody else, just the things that really dumbfound me, that bring me down. And I still have my art to be able to execute, you know, the sickness, to be able to perform and get out, you know, the pain of, you know, being alive in a world that won't listen, or, you know, refuses to listen. And so, you know, that's where I find my inspiration, my life.
Okay, one last question. Speaking about resting and taking it easy, will you have any time off this summer to spend with your family?
My wife's actually in Denver, and I'm not going to be able to see her. But I go home, and I have another band called Dirty Little Rabbits, and we're getting ready to tour the world once Slipknot's done. But when I get home, I got to finish our record, mixing it, and then I'm actually going to fly back over to London for a Kerrang show and Nebworth, some festival. So my other band, so. You know, I get about a week of rest, and then I got to fly right back over with my other band. But, you know, like I said, you just do this until you can't do it anymore. And I'm just not a quitter, you know. So, I mean, I'm just going to do it until I love rock. So, got to do it.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.